Okay, hello everybody and welcome to Book Club. Today we will be reading a story by Saturn. It's not by Saturn, but Saturn sent it in. From Saturn. It's called Cursed, Broken, by Aratare.
I'm gonna take a wild guess that this is vampire related.
We will see.
It's called what again?
It's called Cursed, Broken.
Broken?
It's not it's just there's a colon there, so like cursed.
I know that there's a colon there of being an asshole.
Okay. I'm just making sure because romance books, that happens, man.
No, honestly, it's more fun if it's cursed, broken.
Cursed, broken.
What a burden. What a curse.
All right, everybody, gather around. It's time for Book Club.
Oh boy, okay. Alright.
It's so cold.
You're fine, Archie.
It's space, of course it's cold.
Space is categorically room temperature. Like, this is the room temperature room, is space.
Oh, alright.
Well, this space is cold.
What room is that? Because sometimes rooms are cold.
Everyone, we're talking about penises, and I am not that interested enough to pay attention. Many people thought that the one receiving the blowjob was the one in control. Depending on how it was done, that could be true, but Bane knew that the one giving it, if they were strong, could make the receiver's control seem like a paltry wisp of cloud.
What? Wait, but the person receiving the blowjob was the one in control, but the person doing the blowjob is... What?
I can say for sure, the one giving is the one with the power, because they are the one, supposedly, usually, most of the time, with teeth.
Yeah, I was thinking that. The ones with the teeth in the places.
The other's anatomy in their mouth is usually the one coming out on top in that situation.
A lot of people don't want me to give. It's super rude.
That's true. You do have very spiky teeth. I can see where they'd be concerned.
So blowjobs involve a certain amount of... implied threat? Is that part of the whole thing?
I think so,
yes. Yes.
The knife to the throat of sex. Okay, let me note this down.
So Nick's expression told him that the young man did not...
Nick?
Nick and
Bane
Bane.
and Nick?
Bane and Nick. Nick's expression told him that the young man did not feel in control at all. Bane grinned around the hard, hot cock in his mouth.
That sounds difficult.
And then he bit.
He kept his eyes on Nick's face as he sucked on the young man's cock like it was a straw.
Maybe he was smizing.
Oh yeah, when you smile with your eyes. Yeah, no, sure.
You alright, Alviva?
It's a straw.
The straw.
Straws are typically small, no?
Yes. Very
That's
good.
a lot of suction.
You suck it up a thing. You don't just
You got to suck up the cum.
That sounds like it would encourage chafing.
The juice.
Yeah, but it's just like so hollow. My understanding is that the dick is not just like mostly empty tube.
Maybe it's like a straw when you're drinking a milkshake with stuff in it and you get like a strawberry chunk in the straw and you have to like just really work to get it out.
Do you have a big strawberry?
Maybe this species just has straw dicks.
Honestly, this conversation is just making me happier that I'm a lesbian.
Man, I want a milkshake now.
What the heck is a milkshake?
Wait, do I? I don't think I do.
I kind of want a milkshake now, actually.
Do
you think Finn has strawberries?
Let's just keep going.
All right. Nick's head fell back against the jungle floor, and he let out a gasp.
No,
jungle? It's on the jungle floor?
Yes, on the jungle floor.
There's
on
ants
the jungle
there.
floor. Always on the floor.
Oh, it's so dirty.
His hips strove to ride up, but Bane kept them flat against the ground as he drew up and down on Nick's cock. He let his tongue swirl over the cock's head. Pre-cum gushed into his mouth, and he eagerly swallowed it down.
I mean, that's true.
He barely rasped his teeth against the sensitive skin, and Nick was still again, but let out a sob of frustration. The young man wanted release. Needed release. Will I give it to him?
Wait,
Okay.
we were in third person, now it's his first person?
Yes.
Am I understanding that right?
Did he just take his mouth off of the cock, turn to the audience, and be like, "What do you think, folks? Should I give it to him?"
Yes, I think he did.
The audience vote.
Maybe it was in italics.
Was it in italics? You're reading this aloud. You have to tell us if this is in italics.
You have to, or it's entrapment.
It wasn't in italics with the description I saw, but, Saturn had to write this up, so unknown. Probably? Bane trailed his tongue over the slit, and he was rewarded with more of the young man's pre-cum.
Bane, though.
Bane.
Young man.
He could tell that Nick was on the edge, and that was where Bane intended to keep him for as long as possible.
Young man, I can tell you feel down. Young man, don't have sex on the ground.
Bane's own cock ached. It felt like a heavy iron bar between his thighs. He grasped his cock and stroked himself. His balls drew up tight against his body. He stroked himself in time to his sucking on Nick's cock, twisting his wrist as he drew up. His tongue pushed against the prominent vein on the underside of Nick's cock as he sank back down onto it. A quick glance up at Nick's face showed that he was on the final cusp of that wave before its orgasm would crest and break over them both. He drew his thumb over the head of his own cock, spreading his slit, causing a sharp, almost electrical ping to arc down his shaft and into his balls. He was ready. He would come the moment that he felt the splash of Nick's semen on his tongue. He sank down once more fully onto Nick's cock. He sucked hard and long, but just as Nick was about to come, he gripped the base of the young man's cock and squeezed. That stopped Nick from
normally
coming.
I'm not in favor of epithets, but in this case, I feel like we need to hear a word that's not cock.
Yeah.
Like, at once.
What?
Dick? Maybe member if we want to be fancy.
Remember. Yes.
I am suddenly glad that it is cold in here.
That stopped Nick from coming. He had to keep up the pressure, though, for Nick was right there at that very edge. Nick's fingers left the earth and dug into Bane's hair. This was the first time he had voluntarily touched Bane, and Bane let out a growl of approval around the young man's cock.
I mean, he was touching the inside of Bane's mouth with his dick.
I'm also really tired of hearing the phrase young man. It makes me feel dirty. Please! Nick's voice rose for the first time, raw with need. His eyes were rolling back into his head. Bane! Please!
Oh, you sound, I really hate to pull out this word here, but you're really making that sound mewling.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You gotta be heard over the frogs and birds and...
Bane's eyes fluttered shut. Hearing Nick beg, hearing Nick say his name, this was what he needed. He released his hold on Nick's cock and felt it swell one last time in his mouth before that first hot gush of semen coated his tongue in the back of his throat. He drank down most of the young man's seed before pulling off and letting a few spurts hit his lips and chin. He licked some of the drops of creamy liquid up and wiped the rest away.
Creamy?
After all the very blunt language, the use of the word semen seems a little clinical.
It does.
Do you
You're
prefer
right.
creamy liquid?
Creamy.
I don't know if I can. I don't know how I feel about milkshakes in this moment.
No, I think
I think the moment
I
has
don't
passed.
need one of those anymore.
Cursed, broken by X Aratare. Thank you, Saturn, for submitting this to us.
Sorry about your broken colon.
Sorry about your broken colon.
What does the X stand for?
What does the X stand for?
What does the X stand for?
Triple X.
Holic?
It stands for 2 more X's?
Yes.
What do those X's stand for?
Sex.
What does a 4X look like?
A Euro game, typically.
Hey,
Hey!
I am lost.
Don't worry about it.
Gem Jammer is performed by Lexi Peppers, Annie Creighton, Kit Walker, Mackenzie Weaver, and Rio, and is edited by Jake Mason. Our character designs are by Rio, who you can find at vriosart on Twitter, and our cover art is by Canary Witch, who you can find at doodlesfromthebird.tumblr.com. Our opening and closing music is by Reckoning Storm AudioWorks. For more episodes of the show and our other shows, as well as news, check out our website at crookedrussiancamp.horse.
We've had some technical difficulties this morning, Jake, so we're recording this one on Discord VoIP as opposed to Roll20, so we may get a couple kinks in here. We'll figure it out.
I mean, I'm always up for figuring out kinks.
I know, you're full. You're already full of kinks. There it is.
Hey.
There's the joke.
Welcome to Gem Jammer.